Hey there, JJ here. Yeah, so after Faye stopped trying, because top 10 was unachievable, we've basically been in off season since war number 9. So, um, I've just been going in, trying to practice fights and mess around and, bring in some of my favorite champs. Anyways, this fight is Node 9 Enchantress with, power reserve. Basically, they save 50% of their power when they throw a special, and Blood in the Water, and also Hazard Shift. And right now, the fight started out horrible, but I'm bringing it back. I got a SP2 off with Max Furies, but another SP1, but she loses, and I have a cold snap, so I can't evade, which is bad because there's intercept spells. I actually don't understand this placement much because even if she does retain the power after after SP1, like let's say she remains 50% more, she literally has an ability inside of her kit that if she throws a special attack and has like more than a certain amount of power, she will power drain herself. So this isn't really a great placement at all. I mean, it's like a plat 2 ally, I think, but like still not a very good placement. You like obviously would think that it was a good placement because of like she would have more power after each special to throw more special ones, but really it's not that great of a placement. And there I get a bunch of misses, and then I get rid of all the spells, and I go into another SP1, and yeah, this fight's pretty much under control now. You don't gain the penalty of losing charges while becoming bleed immune against mystics, so benefiting from that over here. And yeah, then you take her down, so pretty simple fight. You can use Count Nefaria, you can use Photon. Yeah, but I don't think it's a good placement at all, so. Anyways, next up we have a fight that I would never do in season. Actually, maybe I would, but Havok versus Vox on Cold Snap, Poison, Hazard Shift. And right there, I ate that combo on purpose because I wanted to get the armor ups from the medium attacks. So now that I have an armor up, I'm just never going to throw a special, and I'm just going to chomp him down with basics. And I can hit during poison phase, and I'm going to gain a ton of buffs to start hitting harder, and if I gain any plasma charges, I won't take a big burst of damage when they explode because I have an armor up buff, which is, and you can only get that from getting hit by a medium attack, so yeah. And right now I'm just, heavy baiting one hit during the shock phase. I can stomach a few shocks, it's not horrible, but I mean, once again, it's off season. I would probably never do this fight ever outside of off season, but it's just how it's going right now, and the fight's pretty much under control. It's a very long fight. There's some special ones, and equity is going to be stopping my damage a bunch. Also, I can only hit during 50% of the time, and one other factor that's very much slowing down the fight is that Vox has like very big damage from his hits when he's maxed out on buffs, even without any of the degens, but Havok reduces critical damage rating by around 50%, so those hits that are hitting for 4k in yellow that are extremely consistent because of the amount of dex buffs I had can really be hitting for like right now they're 5k because I'm maxed out on cruelties. They could be hitting for 10k, and the medium's hitting for 14k, but Havok reduces critical damage rating by 50%. So yeah, it's just a slow fight, but very doable. Honestly, if I did it in season, just take an invuln boost and then get hit a few times, and then you could just play it like this. It'll be a slow fight. I wanted to bring Vox for a later fight, I think, which is why I did this, or maybe I just wanted to try it out. Yeah, so it's coming up on the 3-minute mark. It's going fine, it's going slow, playing slowly. 70 hits in. My hits are not incredibly big, but they're not exactly tiny either. Bait another heavy, try to push an SP2, then I relic into and he's dead with 2 minutes, 13 seconds. So a very slow fight, but after you get that initial hit, you're pretty safe. Next up, I have Node 27, which is Cold Snap and Poison with Lumatrix. And I've taken Lumatrix a bunch with Vox, and basically you want to race to a special 2 to get your vigilance, and then just keep that up the entire fight. Now, as you saw, I'm using gray boosts when I'm practicing fights that I want to like learn how to do better, because gray boosts are extremely easy to get, and the fact that the new season was literally like 5 weeks from when this was recorded, I knew that I could probably spare a few. So yeah, I'm only hitting during poison. I'm back in poison, so I do a few hits into an SB2 to get my first degen cycle up. And I go to pause it, and then I probably could have intercepted him there. He throws an SB1. Now he's invisible, but I can avoid it from the miss. Then I think I try to consume it. No, so I get hit. Does a lot of damage. He's kind and doesn't kill me. And I'm at 20%. Keep in mind, I started this fight at 40%. And he's already down to half. Now he's back in poison phase, so I can feel comfortable doing full 5-hit combos. And there's also power focus too, so throwing a lot of hits into while he's already above 2 bars isn't that bad. Most of the time when I fight Lumatrix on Hazard Shift with Vox, it's on node 44, which is stun immune, which is much harder because you have to sidestep to get openings. But this was a very easy fight, even going in with 40% health. Like, it was an extremely easy fight. Next up, I have a cool fight. This is node number 7. Whenever you knock them down, they gain an armor, or whenever you throw a special, they gain an armor break, which is extremely bad when fighting Dragon Man, because he puts a degen on you whenever used. So maybe you'd want to sound like a Count Nefaria. But I wanted to see how quickly Kushala could nuke it. So there I get the ineptitude on me, but I don't think Kushala has any buffs that she benefits off of. I think that the green blessings won't be reversed because they're technically passives. But yeah, see how I'm degenning 907 per tick. But I go SP2 into SP1, and these are going to kill, I think. Well, yeah, so I'm ticking down, obviously. Then I think I go for another heavy attack. And then intercept into another SP1, and it's 45 seconds in, and he is dead. And I've lost 18% health from degen mostly, so yeah, I got to kill that extremely quickly. And next up we have node 16 arcade, which kind of is a problem sometimes, like, because his DOT debuffs can become extremely potent with the aggression fury, and the physical resist limits the amount of champions that are available to use. But Vox is extremely safe, poison immune, plus most of his damage is from degen, so it gets around the physical resistance. And you have the undermining counter, the auto block. As long as you throw your specials while the tranquilizer is not on you, you're going to be able to apply your degens. So Vox very much hard counters this fight. There he threw a special one when I didn't want him to, so I guess I'm going to SP2 or not. I go to SP2, which is fine. You don't need the undermine if you're playing correctly. It's just very nice to have. So then I get like 27 degens on. And I did not want him to finish the heavy because I did not have my undermine yet. So, yeah. So now he's at an SP2 and I don't have my undermine. So this is not a good scenario. But I think I'm just going to let the degens expire. And then I'm going to remove the arcade token by throwing an SP1 because of the undermine. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. He was building up a lot of aggression for you. Would have been very scary if it hit me. But it turns out just fine. Now I have 7 degens on him. Not a lot. But once again, the fight is very much under control now. He has 0 furies. He's at SP2 again, but right now I should be able to just get around the arcade tokens. And there I try to recollect my degens, and now I think one more SP1 will kill. Unless I can kill him with basics, and if I get a few crits, I will. So yeah, I think I kill him with basics. So yeah, pretty easy fight. Towards the beginning, I messed up with my rotation. I got pushed to an SP2 instead of an SP1, but it really wasn't that bad. Next up, we have a really cool Count Nefaria fight. This is Path 2, and a very sleeper Attuma counter is Count Nefaria, because whenever you evade, he gains power, which triggers Ionic, so you never trigger Thorns. So I'm going to stay in Ionic basically the entire time, and I'm going to try to bait the SP2 so that I can counter evade, because the SP1 applies a true accuracy, which means that I can evade. So I dex, dash back, and then I get the evade, and I get the energy vulnerability even if he goes unstoppable. Then I have to get my SP1 off before my charges expire. So I think I need a parry, which I get. Now I'm back in my mode. And as you can see, I'm doing big damage. I do a full 5-hit combo into an SP2, which does really, really big damage with big crits. Big 67k crit at the end, and then I bait a heavy to do some big hits before baiting an SP2. I think I go for it, but I just bait the SP2, and then I have to parry. And this is where the fight goes south. I get hit a bunch, and I'm not my Ionic, so I throw an SP1 right away to heal back, but I don't get my Ionic because I don't have enough charges. So I evade, and then I think I just need to parry 4 times. So 1. And once I parry 4 times, I'll be safe to hit him, even with the 60 concussions. So 1 more parry should be good. I didn't evade because of his true focus. Now I can just full Havok combo. He does increase Thorn's damage based on the amount of concussions he had, so I didn't want to risk it because he had like 60-something concussions, which is a ton. That long fight was pretty boring. Next up, we have a pretty difficult fight that I've only done once before that I was thinking maybe I might be sent to it again if certain champions are banned or something. And this is node number 25, Dark Pheonix, where there is Thorns and Be Like Water, where they're basically unblockable the entire time. So I went with an invuln and I evaded right away, which is probably not the right move. What you want to do in this fight is just bait a bunch of SP1s in a row, get up a ton of decelerates, and yeah, you're going to get a bunch of Novas on you, you're going to lose a bunch of health, but in the end, it's going to be fine. So there's my second SP2 baited, I feel the Unstoppable because of my decelerates, and that's basically the tempo of the fight. I'm going to get hit a bunch, because I wasn't like really taking it too seriously there. I got hit by the SP1. It's off-season, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, so... there I get hit again, some pretty big crits, but it's all able to be healed back. I think this defender is running willpower, so I'm going to be constantly healing, but I'm also going to be constantly losing health because of the Novas. But it's really not that bad. Some of my decelerates start falling off, but I got a lucky fail twice. I mean, it's not lucky. I think it was like only like an 8% chance that she triggered an Unstoppable. So there I get hit again some more, and I'm losing health, but it doesn't really matter. And then I think I get hit by an SP2 here. Yeah, so it's literally just this dancing back and forth while she's unblockable. Then I get hit by the SP2. It does all right damage. Then I throw my SP2 into it. The safeguard obviously caps the damage it deals, which is just such a stupid ability. But here we're going. I throw my relic. I have no idea why. I probably should have just baited the special. And oh, I know I didn't because I didn't have enough decelerates to fail. And then I forget she's unblockable, and I just eat it. And it hurts a lot, but I'm running low on charges, so I go into an SP1 to get some back. Now I'm safe to bait a special one, and the Thorns right now are completely not a problem because in Ionic, I take a combo, get down to like 15%. But it's a very slow fight, but it can be very safe if you play correctly. There I get an energy vulnerability up. It's all about just watching out for Novas and all that. And now she's about to be inside Immortality, so I can just bait a few specials. I get hit by it. Yeah. Now I think I'm just going to try to spam SB1s, but she throws another special one, so a bunch of Novas on me, but it's fine. I'm healing. I'm not taking that much damage. I end with 42%. It's a long fight of 2 minutes, but most of the damage taken was from Novas, so yeah. The last fight I think that I'm going to show you is another Dark Pheonix. This one is on Incinerate and Bleed Hazard Shift. So it's node 45, but there's also Conflictor, which allows me to immediately get into my mode, and I get to benefit off of that. So once again, I'm using like pretty small boosts, and I put on a Power Start 1. And now it's basically the same plan. The Cold Snap's going to stop my evade a lot of the time, but I don't have to deal with the unblockable. So I'm just going to bait a ton of SB1s. And eventually, my decelerates will stop failing it. So there's the Unstoppable, and more decelerates. I failed that Unstoppable, so now I have basically a ton of decelerates. And I'm going to be throwing SB1s into block and bleed phase now, because Nefaria loses charges when striking when he gains bleed, so against the non-mystic. So that's why I did that. And now I have the Cold Snap on me, so I can't evade, but I'm just going to bait the special, do a full 5 combo because the Cold Snaps deal reduced damage because of the Hazard Shift. I mean, because of the resistances to Hazard Shift. And now she goes red. And right after she goes red, she loses my invuln. So I'm like, all right, might as well try to do a bunch of damage before she throws it. But yeah, it should be fine. I have a ton of debuff stuff, so max and equity, and I have a ton of resistances. I am going to get a permanent Nova Flame, but in the grand scheme of things, it really shouldn't matter. I've already got it down to 55%. This one's going considerably faster than the one on Thorns, probably because there's less setup and there's a lot more freedom because of the unblockable, and also the constant power gain because of Conflictor. Anyways, I get an evade into an SP2. I have a permanent Nova Flame that's like ticking for 100, which is not that bad, or probably less because of the numbers are so combined and all that. But yeah, I'm down to 75%. I'm healing back from SB1. I'm storing another SB1, and now she throws an SB2, and I have 5 a combo into an SB2, and it's just the cycle of baiting her specials. And Nefaria is so tanky that he really doesn't matter. I eat an SB2, and the last hit crit for a lot, but I'm still safe. I know that I can just throw a few SB1s. She has 57 energy buildup, so I could probably heal very high. But yeah, so she throws another SB1, and I'm about to get another Nova Flame. I just reached 1,200 of my charges, which is kind of crazy. And I push her into Immortality. And so I don't push her to SB2 because it would be unblockable. I push her to SB1, and then I throw some more SB1s into block to heal up. I throw another one, this one into her to heal up, and then I think I try to get off another one, or she just dies. Yeah, I relic, and then she dies. So another fight that's pretty slow. Counterfire versus Dark Pheonix, not very quickly, but it's extremely safe. And you saw how I got hit like a lot of times. I didn't end up dying at all, or I just healed it all back and all that. I finished with a decent health considering the amount of hits that I took. So Counterfire is a very good Dark Pheonix counter if you know what you're doing. Yeah, so off-season just started and we got the new tactic, and I'm going to be trying out some of the new champions that I really like. So stay tuned for those. Thanks so much for watching.